What in the world? Did she say that? She did what?
Oh my gosh. I heard the
We gotta-
same thing. It's crazy.
Got to talk about that today.
Guys, we're not talking about negative things. We're not talking about that.
But it
We're
was
going to talk about some
juicy.
positive things, okay?
Oh, okay.
Fine.
All right. So, welcome to Coffee with Ken, where we talk about positive things.
Yes, I'm in.
I'm here with Ken Brown. He is CEO of Destin Global. And
Good
Butch
morning.
McCracken, he's general manager.
Butch.
And I am Dr. April Brown, executive vice president here at Destin Global. And we're so glad you joined us this morning,
Mm-hmm.
where we are talking about
Complaining and
and
murmuring.
murmuring.
Ooh.
and talking about things that can be negative and pull people in negative directions, and it can pull whole teams and families into negative directions.
For sure.
Yeah.
It can be a real struggle.
It can
so
be.
really kind of how to bring it back around to the positive and what things can be done to really bring people's mindsets back into the positive, because our mindsets, like how we speak and focus on, and what we focus on, we get more of. So if we're talking negative, we're going to get more negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're just going to keep getting more negative. And really changing our mindset is so important.
Yes. Well, mindsets, especially in this area, are so important because a person that is complaining takes on a mindset of victimhood. In some form or another, it always relates to that. And 9 times out of 10, it relates back to an offense and an unforgiveness. And over time, it can become, as you ever been around someone that is so negative that they're bitter, and as you kind of trace it back, which we do a lot of here at Destin Global, is digging things to the root and pulling them out. And you start tracking those things back, and it can go back to when someone was young and someone told them something that they've still locked onto, and it creates a negative perspective on almost everything.
Yeah.
And there's 2 kinds of people. There's energy makers and energy takers. And people want to be about energy makers, and they start separating themselves from energy takers over time. And by the way, sometimes it doesn't come out in a person for a period of time.
Right.
When it does, it really gets exposed.
Well, the pattern of your thoughts become your beliefs. So over time, like what you day in and day out, what you're thinking and believing about the world, yourself, and others becomes your beliefs.
It is.
Like those are the thoughts that continually become the beliefs that you have, and why you take action and don't take action on something.
Yes.
You believe, you have a belief about it.
Yes.
And so changing that pattern of thoughts over extended period of time changes your beliefs.
It's so true.
And so you get to a different understanding and level when you change those thoughts, patterns, day in and day out,
Yeah.
to get to a different belief. So you take different actions, and you have different beliefs about those actions that turn into more action. And that increases your capacity to do more.
Yes.
And a person can get so stuck in those things, reflecting on the past. I knew someone in the professional world. They lost a job. They didn't get promoted, and then they became so bitter about it over time that it literally stifled them. In fact, even to this day, they haven't gotten over that, and that was 12 years ago, because they felt cheated in the workplace. They did not feel honored, and it developed. And I'm not saying that the person may or may not have deserved that, because there was some good work that was done, but they didn't get it, whatever that reason was, and they got stuck at that moment in time. And you have to work through that. And the only way to do it is forgive and keep going, right? Because the world's a big place, and there's a lot of other places to work and a lot of other things to go conquer. But it can literally lock them down and stop them, because they would get in other interviews and talk about what they did before. And literally, it's almost like going on a person going on a date and talking about their ex. Nobody wants to, they don't want to hear that, right? And so you watch those patterns happen. And I've seen them personally, and it can be devastating. You have to change your mindset. You cannot be a victim and a victor at the same time. You have to choose which one you're going to be.
Yeah.
It's so true.
When I was a few weeks back, I ran that race, and at like mile 22 of the 32, my music died. I was listening to motivational. My mind was consumed. I was focused, and now it's gone, and there's silence. And I immediately thought that I got to protect my thoughts right now,
Mm-hmm.
because I could have gone to the negative of
Mhm.
my feet hurt, my back hurts, I still have all this to go, and that would have just sucked more energy out of, versus focusing on, the right things.
Mm-hmm.
So being aware to make
Yeah.
that conscious decision when I could have had every right to complain about all that stuff. But it's like, no, because that's going to send me, I'm going to come into agreement with all that.
Yep.
And I'm just going to spiral even further than where I was.
Did you hear what he said? Come into agreement with that, because you
Mhm.
could immediately. And the interesting thing is before you went and ran this race, you and I talked about that internal motivation versus external. Even
Yeah.
putting stuff in your ears, which can help, but what you had inside you was already there, and you unlocked it. Because let's face it, the 22 miles was rough, but you'd already run that. You'd already
Right.
run that. Now you had to go beyond that, and it was all you. It
Yeah.
was all internal, where your legs are going to keep going you, running on a different type of surface than you ran on, all these different circumstances,
Yeah.
and you found the power within you to do
stay
it.
out of that negative. Yeah.
Another 10 miles to go. Nobody
Mhm.
ever wants to hear that. Yeah. The music dies and I still have 10 miles to go. That sounds like a country and
No.
western song waiting to happen. Give me my music back, right? But you did
Please.
it.
But
Yeah.
So it's understanding what's going to happen,
Mhm.
through trying to be purposeful and intentional
Yep.
to keep yourself out of those spaces.
That's good.
That is really good. And we have
Mhm.
we have a client that worked through a lot of emotions about something. It's Hannah, and Hannah and her job, and she shared, in publicly about this in Ignite Your Life group, which is a group that Jackie and Carmen have for coaching, my master trainers, and in there she was sharing about overcoming some pretty deep things at the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
And just an internal mindset of complaining and thinking about quitting. And she worked through that, came to that place, and ended up, she knew she wasn't going to be there long term, but she gave it, she stuck with it, ended up being blessed mightily through that. Just all the way through her, from when she started realizing she was having these thoughts to the point of really taking action on them till today. And her journey has been magnificent. So congratulations, Hannah, in pushing through negative thoughts to take you to victory, because that's exactly what was waiting on the other side of those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
You took what couldn't into what can.
Yeah, there's lots of things that you can't have simultaneously. You can't have two thoughts simultaneously
No, you cannot.
of victor and victim. That's why you have to take the victim thought captive to
Mhm.
obedience of Christ to get to the victor
Correct.
mentality. You can't have both of them
Yeah.
simultaneously.
So you can't have the Whataburger and the fries and the shake and think you're going to lose weight. Those things just don't go hand in
Well-
hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, that starts with a thought
Yes.
that I need that the burger can fit in a container.
Can.
Carmen O'Quinn,
That
that's
is-
for you. Butch can shove a
That
whole Whataburger
is-
in one of the containers. That's all I'm saying. We
That's
got to
what
work
he
on
does.
this.
I can fit that.
Oh my
Follow
God.
me for some more weight
He
loss
can
advice.
do it because he's done it. It will do it. Believe me. I'm not saying you want to eat it after it's been in there, but
Oh.
it will fit.
Still a Whataburger.
Yeah. Remember those like peanut butter and jelly sandwich things that
Crustable.
Smuckers?
Oh.
Yeah, and like that's like the Whataburger that you just smush the like hamburger
there.
like over.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's right. Oh.
It fit.
Hell
It
yeah.
is Hilarious. Yes, so we're talking about thinking. It's getting me distracted.
Well, it's daily
Thinking
things of
of
not getting
water.
off track. You have to stay on track, and that's discipline and mindset. And we have a tool that helps you do that, don't we?
It does. It helps you
Mm.
do that through, because you can't keep those thoughts simultaneously. So you, over a period of time, continuing to put other things into your mind that help you to get the victor mentality, not the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you're putting into your mind is what you will continually
What
will
comes
come
out.
out in
Yep.
actions and words everything.
Yep.
So we have a tool that is called
Life Map.
to
Success.
Success.
That's right.
And it literally is your life map to success.
It
It's
is.
like a roadmap that you can pick what you want to work through. What's your first thing of like you want to work through your finances, you want to work through
Through marriage,
relationships,
yes, all the things are
marriage.
there.
There's so many things, aspects on that. And the information is below. You can go on that, follow that, and get Life Map. It's a subscription. That day in and day out, you press play, just short little snippets, and it
Mhm.
tells you like what you need to.
Keeps track
Think
for
about-
you. Does I mean it's
Exactly.
very easy to use, and that's
then
the
it
key.
gives you action steps to
Yes.
take to work on. So it's like listen, take action, listen,
Yes.
apply, take action. Like it just
So good.
gives you a formula, the life map to follow to get to the next destination that you want to go, get to your next goal. Understand what your goals are
Yes.
and how to get to them. So
So
it's
good.
so easy,
Yeah, it
so applicable, and we have so many results of
Oh.
so many clients. that
Well, we have
continue
30
to
years of
apply.
teachings, and there is a massive amount of
Exactly.
teachings in this thing, and it's a
Mhm.
library. It's a university built into really a system to give you what you need to reach your goals.
It's an
Bite-sized
amazing tool.
chunks.
So click on below, get your Life Map subscription so you can, for the next 52 weeks, a whole
Yes.
year, like really apply and change your thinking, change your mindset. That's
Mhm.
where those changes come from. So
And it's got perks and benefits with it that you want to look at.
yes,
Mhm.
you get some
rewards.
rewards.
That's right.
Who doesn't like rewards?
I love rewards.
So anyway, so we want to make sure that you are successful, and we all need a life map to show us how to be successful.
We all need some accountability.
We do.
That's
we
just the way it
we
is.
Need
Yep,
life
yep,
map.
yep.
We need that accountability.
Yes.
So that's our
Like, share,
episode.
tell everybody
Yes.
about it.
Coffee with Ken.
Yes. Thank you
It's
for joining us
amazing.
today.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
See you, gang.